the Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole studio, fresh from some catastrophe of ginormous proportions, and old guys can learn new tricks.
No, they can't. No, it's no.
We're not. Tell me you're immortal, invincible.
Yeah, I'm feeling super fantastic, great. I can't say it unless if I'm thinking about it, I can't say it. How are you? I am super fantastic, invincible, and getting better. Thank you. Stop worrying about me.
Yes, stop worrying about you. But friends do worry about each other, and that's
they do.
Part of our life experience. Okay, coming off a catastrophe, meaning there's been hijinks, gremlins, bugs, something. I think we're being hacked by Russian bots myself. Our content is disappearing after we record it. I can't find any traces of the Jim and Terry Show.
Yeah, and then we had such a hard time getting this thing working, and now it's working. We actually got a timer on, and our wonderful audience will hear it go off when it's time.
Or we can ask your brother Bob to ping us.
Because
I hear your ping all the time, even though your phone's sitting in your pocket. The Jim and Terry Show, coming to you with all kinds of stuff besides our terrible experiences with software glitches, with file directories disappearing and creating random chaos in the Hobbit Hole. There's random chaos all around us, swirling not only in Canada, not only in Ontario, but around the world. And so the Jim and Terry Show, two guys, and we do, well, Jim didn't bring his coffee. I still have my coffee here, which I will be slurping in due time.
This is radio-free Bob Cajun.
Oh, let's talk about radio-free Europe, radio-free anything.
Yeah, the Americans took that away.
The Americans, let's not blame everybody.
Voice of America.
Yeah, let's talk about who is taking it away.
Mr. Trump, isn't it?
Mr. Trump. So I want to differentiate. The Jim and Terry Show, we have our elbows up, to use Charlie Angus's Gordie Howe, going into the corners. I used to always loathe.
Ready to drop the gloves.
The old Leafs.
Ready to drop the gloves. And then ready to jump over the boards.
I saw a T-shirt, a topless Gordie Howe. Don't ask me if he was working out or he's at the farm or what he was doing. The guy was built.
Oh, they said he was just strong.
Unbelievable. Yeah. The other guy I heard was really built was Hull. Bobby Hull.
Oh, Bobby Hull.
Because he did have a farm here somewhere in North Shore of Lake Ontario, and he worked in the off-season as a farmer.
Yeah, Gordie Howe, I think Bobby can correct us, my brother Bobby, but he said that one time there was a guy that came into the league, a big guy, and he said, I'm gonna do Bobby Hall in, Bobby Hall. What's Bobby Hall?
Are we talking about Gordie Howe?
Gordie Howe. I'm going to do Gordie Howe in, and he ended up going to the hospital. Tried to take him on behind the net. Yeah,
there's all kinds of hockey images that go to what's happening between Canada and the United States at this present time, but the elbows up is a reference to Gordie Howe. I used to think he was a dirty guy in the corners, but now I'm thinking the elbows up isn't dirty. It's the way you have to go.
Well, that was sort of, he was known for that. So if you're going to go after him into the corner, you're going to get hurt. It was so.
Well, when you're digging with your stick, the elbow is going up.
Yeah, and let's remember the guy was in his 50s when he retired, and he didn't even want to retire, but he had to do it because he was old.
Oh, boy.
A strong man.
Let's talk about the elbows up, a metaphor. Charlie Angus from NDP from Northern Ontario has been on a lot of programs, especially Midas Touch Network. And he's been on, I think, CNN. He's been on MSNBC. He's been making the rounds on CBS, ABC. So probably one of the best-known Canadian parliamentarians at this point, because he pulls no punches. He just lets them have it, and he calls it out and tells people what it's really like in Canada.
Well, he's truly offended, and I think a lot of us deep inside should be offended when a country is starting to get very, very serious about them not believing we should exist as a sovereign nation.
The right to existence seems to be in question.
Yeah, and the last thing I heard Trump talking about it, he's insisting that it was always supposed to be. We were always supposed to be the 51st state, which drives me crazy because they didn't start off 51 states. So, I mean, it's again his stupid lying. But what he's trying to do is get everybody on board that somehow Canada stole the border. And we know that that's all bull, but this is how Putin works. This is how Trump will work.
So Russia, Ukraine, U.S., Canada.
That's it.
Arbitrary borders. We are destined to be one and disappear.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he wants. And,
That's what he wants.
and Canadians are not going to go down without a fight. Doesn't mean we necessarily will win, just means we're not going to lose.
So what began seemingly harmlessly with tariff talks then became Trudeau going to Mar-a-Lago and being told governor of our great 51st state, has now become not just an economic war, and not just a war of words anymore, but a war of sovereignty, which is the right to territorial integrity, the right to exist culturally, linguistically, the right to be able to defend ourselves are all in question now.
Yeah, and the sad thing is the only way you can really conquer a country like Canada is to annihilate it. That's the sad thing there. So someone in his own government's going to have to deal with this guy, and because he's lost it. He is actually his vindictiveness, his desire to want revenge has taken him like a venereal disease. It's gone to his brain, and that's all he wants is revenge. You know, he's taken the protection away from who was it just yesterday? Took the protection away
For the Bidens.
I think the Biden kids.
Yeah.
There's no protection for them now. Which means basically
He took away Fauci's protection.
Yeah, you want to kill him. And that's the type of man you're dealing with when you're dealing with Donald Trump. He doesn't care who dies. That's why they stopped the U.S. aid, even though it damages their own farmers. You know, those guys are screwed because of what Trump's doing. Same as the auto industry. He'll just do what he wants to do, but you can't just open another manufacturing plant. And when he talked about the trees, we got enough trees. Oh, yeah, you got enough trees. You don't have enough people to work it or mills. You don't have that right now. So there's going to be a whole term if it's only going to be a term, of turmoil. Ha ha! No pun intended. But
Term, oil, and gas. Yeah, drill, baby, drill.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, he stopped that too. He stopped the environment protection stuff, and he's just dump it into the lakes, dump it into the rivers, plop up into the sky. Never mind, we're going to be fine and dandy. Well, he is, because he's not going to live forever.
The same with all the oligarchs, the broligarchs, the wealthy men who control Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and there are a few others who were all on the platform at Trump's inauguration. That was a scary sight. And then to see the Zig Heils, that's a scary thing too.
Yeah.
Is this all code? Is whatever Trump's talking about, is that all code to the Michigan Wolverine Watchmen or whatever, those groups who were going to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer? Do you remember that? They were going to kidnap her and kill her?
Anything good eventually coming out of any of this. People are going to get so upset. And don't forget, it's not like Canada. Our biggest protest was, I think some Muslims blocked the road and had a prayer meeting. In the United States, everybody's got a gun. Absolutely everybody down there's got a gun.
And a lot of it's open carry.
And when they're mad enough, man, look out. I can see a civil war absolutely happening. And maybe over the stupidest thing. Maybe not even over one of the big things. Maybe just over one of the stupid things.
I did watch the movie Civil War, which I think was on.
Watch that. You keep telling me.
My wife could not watch it. It got too crazy and too close to reality. And it's funny, these things were done in advance of Trump taking over in the election. So, yeah, it's sad. It makes me terrified on one level. And I hope the rational part of me prevails, and that you and I will live again to persist on the Jim and Terry Show in the Hospital Studio and Bob Cajun. But some part of me saying, I'm not sure we will get over this. That is the Jim signal. The Jim.
I deliberately. How do I shut off, Terry?
No.
Shut it
Stick it back in your pocket and I'll
just kill
fade
it. Just
you
kill it.
out.
I'll
The
kill
Jim
it.
and Terry Show coming to you from the Hospital Studio in Bob Cage.
Next time I'll shut it off before it
This
goes
is
to the
this is a
alarm.
very low-tech Jim and Terry Show.
Well, everything got screwed up. Come on, folks.
Okay. Bye-bye for now.
We're trying.